Well, good morning, and welcome to thefoodwarrior.com. My name is David Michael Coloris, and I'm the Food Warrior. Well, what an amazing day. I'm having an amazing day. How about you? I'm sure you are. Well, anyway, last night I was having dinner with a good friend of mine, long friend. We met at Harley Davidson in the early 70s, and we became fast friends. And also, he's a longtime client of mine when I was a barber. When I went to MATC, he also was going there. We quit Harley Davidson, went back to school, and I caught him in the hallway, and I grabbed him and said, "Come on, you're coming with me. I'm going to cut your hair." Of course, he was kind of reluctant, as far as that was concerned, because I was a student. But he came, and I cut his hair, and he's been a client of mine ever since. So he's my longest client since 1972, and if you promise not to say anything, I still cut his hair. Well, we started many years ago. I would cut his hair. I would make sure he was the last client, and then we go out to dinner. And so we would have long discussions about things, every topic you can even think of. And we just enjoyed doing that. It didn't matter if it was political, religion. It just didn't matter. And we never fought about it. We enjoyed sharing ideals with each other and learned quite a bit because of that. There's no such thing as I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. It just doesn't enter the picture. It doesn't matter to us. We just love to engage on any subjects. I think this would probably helps us to maintain our friendship. There's a very close bond to that. So none of that nonsense of who's right, who's wrong. But anyway, he shared with me last night that of this past year or so that he becomes angry with himself if he makes a mistake. And I was somewhat taken back by that, and I said, "Really?" I said, "When I make a mistake, I just gotta laugh." He says, "Oh, what a dork! How could you possibly have done that?" It doesn't mean anything to me because I look at making mistakes as a learning tool. I learned that I better not do it that way again. And okay, now what do I need to do to make sure that I don't make that mistake again? And it's not a real big deal. And to me, is that how can anybody possibly do something perfectly on your first attempt? It just doesn't happen that often. And sometimes we react to something even though we know that we really would have done it differently if we would have thought about it for a second or two. It just happens, okay? And you should never punish yourself because you make an error. It is what it is. Let it go. And that has to do with businesses. It has to do with relationships, as far as with your children, with friends, at work, co-workers. It just doesn't matter. Now, if that other individual doesn't want to get over it or becomes upset with you or whatever, hey, never was much of a friend anyway. So, that's my tip today. Laugh at your mistakes. Get over it. So, you continue to have an amazing day. God bless you. And remember, honor your mind, body, and soul, and we'll see you tomorrow.